Everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I am here to do my setup for August 3rd through the 9th. This is in my B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. And this week I'm also using a kit from B&R Paper Crafts. It's called Adam's Family. As you can clearly see, I've used it before, but this is a deluxe kit on matte vinyl, so I have plenty left. So I have 5 full boxes here, 2 more full boxes and a set of glitter headers, 2 more full boxes and a bunch of icons, functional stuff, boxes, glittery boxes, and more functionals here. So for this setup, my plan is to use these along the top. I'm going to use the silver, I think, in the middle. I think that's what we're going to go with. Might put down the weekend banner. Definitely going to use the date dots. And then to go with that, I did pull out a wiggle. So this is from Scribble Prints Co. And it's the hollow foil wiggle. So I am going to use this. I'm going to actually use both of the bottom washies, which is going to be a lot, but I'm excited to see how that turns out. I'm going to use one set of the glitter headers and then one set of these headers, date covers, glitter headers, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm going to use that. And then I will be back so that we can see what everything is looking like. Okay, as you saw, I got it all set up. Some of the pages from this kit are apparently not cut super well, so that's definitely been a little bit of a struggle, but we're just gonna do our best. My camera battery might also die, so we're gonna have to see how that goes as well. Looking at the full boxes, I have these 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So I have one extra. And I do have also these Scribble Print Co. Box covers, which I am going to use. This is going to be an exhausting week for work, so I just want all the good vibes. So I'm going to use these guys as well. And I think these two and these two are perfect boxes to cover up. So I am going to be doing that. I think I'm gonna use this one. I think is my favorite of the quote boxes. I'm gonna stick it on this guy, which I'm gonna put down first here because it's nice and flat. All right. I like how I just trusted this page was gonna peel up. And then I'm gonna lay it here, which is like a little high, but not super high. I think that's gonna work okay for that. And then I am going to stick one on Thursday, I guess, to go with the quote box. I think that makes the most sense, even though I really want them on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't think that spreads out very well. So I think I'm gonna do this one on Thursday. This is our day, like full day work retreat here on Thursday. So I'm gonna be quite exhausted by the end of the day. Since it's gonna be like 9 hours of being social and also doing my job at 110% capacity. So I think, you know, a little confidence boost should never hurt here. Gonna lay that down like so. Okay, that's looking cute. For the other two, I think I'm going to stick this one on this one here. And then this one is going to go on this one, like so. I think I'm going to stick this one on Tuesday. There we go. And then this one, if I can get it to let go of the page, wouldn't that be delightful? I got it like so well lined up. Okay, now I can pull it up. Hopefully all of it. Okay, perfect. Stick the one with the cute little bow here on Saturday. All right, so this is a couple pages done, moving them out of the way. I think for the rest of it, this one feels the most like Sunday vibes to me. So I think that I'm going to get it to come out, hopefully. If you are like me and run into any of these, do what I say and not what I do, and maybe don't cut the boxes on top of your pages. I do it all the time though, and it's not a great system. And then this one I feel like does go with it. I didn't cut it super well, but hopefully enough that I can pick it up. So this one I think we'll put on Monday to go with it. Usually I like the people to face into the page, but I think this one will look good still facing that way. All right, so that one can move out of the way. So then I have 2 spots and 3 boxes. So I think I'm gonna stick the one with the drinks here on Friday, since it'll be the end of our work retreat. We won't be drinking on Friday, but it'll still be nice for me to be able to celebrate, even if it's just in my planner. And then I think I want to use these, like, they're probably men's hands with this watch on Wednesday. I think it goes well with the vibes of the place we're going to for our team bonding activity. There we go. And then this one I will use in the sidebar. Speaking of the sidebar, I am going to, somewhere, I have the page. There we go. I'm going to use these guys. From the Wiggle. So there's that. And then I have this guy for my habit tracker. I'm going to be tracking socials just like I've been doing, particularly because I need to make sure I actually still do them even when I am busy with work. So looking at what goes with it, I think I'm going to use this like dark gray. I think that kind of goes with the vibes of the kit. It matches this color reasonably well. Not perfect, but pretty close. So there's that. And then I think I'm going to stick in maybe the other one of these guys. Definitely just drop the page that holds them on the floor. So that's fun. If I could get this laid down straight, that'd be great. Perfect. And then I did pull out a full box, like a checklist, but it's not a full box checklist. So I think I'm just going to use this one that's already in the kit, if I can get it picked up. Because that's like a perfect color match then, which is always nice. And this is just going to be my meal tracker for the week. There we go. And then I want to include one of these little washi strips just as a divider, and then followed by my last full box. If I can get it cut out of this page successfully. Oh, this is another one that I trimmed slightly not perfect. If I could just get it laid down, that would be delightful. There we go. Then I'm going to stick in another washi strip. If I can get rid of this little scrippy scrap down here at the bottom just to fill in the space a little bit. All right, that's looking really good. Moving on to the daily plans. This week is kind of weird, so we're just gonna have to go with it. So I do have regular work on Monday, Tuesday, and essentially Wednesday. We'll call it regular work on Wednesday. I have to leave slightly early on Wednesday, but essentially I have to do my regular work day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So for these, I do have my work stickers. And I think I'm just going to use these little laptops. Do I want the big ones? Maybe we'll use the big ones. From Piper Paper Company. Now Jessica Aaron Designs. I'm not sure if she's active right now. But I'm going to stick these 3 down like so. Okay. So that's for work. And then also on Monday, I do have my plan with me going up. Oh, I just realized I still had the little Instagram icon here. You know what? We're going to be super extra and I'm going to use both. Because I'm not going to try to remove the one that I already put in. Because that's just crazy. But I am going to add this one here. We can fit the word socials in the middle. It'll be fun. Okay, so also on Monday, my plan with me going up. So for that, I think I'm just going to use one of these guys. Just like a pretty skinny box. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. So there's that. So I can use the YouTube icon for one of them. I think I'm just going to use this guy for the other one. I think that's cute. Tuesday, I have nothing planned right now. Wednesday, after we finish most of the regular work day, then the evening is full of like party time, we'll call it. So we're going out for drinks and bowling. I'm going to use a little Facebook icon. Obviously, it's not Facebook, but it's a lot of like face-to-face interaction, which my company is remote, so we don't do this very often, this meeting in person situation. So I feel like that's an appropriate icon. I can always add like a milkshake or something to it as well. We'll see how I'm feeling when we get there. But that's it for Wednesday. On the second half of the week, this is where the days get weird. Okay. On Thursday, I'm just going to have it, I'm going to use one of these guys, I think. Actually, let me set that down. I realized I missed a page. I also have these, and I think these are even better for this. So I'm going to use one of these big ones. If I could get it picked up, that would be delightful. Come on. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna put that in. And this is our like biggest work day. So if I can find like a giant work of some sort. How about these Creative Cavern Studio? Ooh, what about these Chasing Chelsea notebooks using like the black or nearly black one? Okay, this is perfect. There we go. That's going to fill up a good amount of space. And then after that, I think we'll use this one. Gotta get some of the like more glittery boxes into here. There we go. Again, not perfect, but it's fine. And I'm gonna use the wine glass icon. Usually my company goes out for drinks after, we don't stay out too late, a little bit. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then Friday we have most of a retreat day. It's not, we're done at like 2. So I'm gonna use this one if I can get it picked up. My camera's gonna die soon. So I'm gonna fill that in. I'm actually, before I do that, going to put in maybe this one. Be great if it would just pick up. There we go. Gonna put this in and put down the YouTube icon for my plan with my video. I think it's gonna be my July monthly. Then I'm gonna put in this guy, our other work day, and then I'm going to stick in maybe this strip. That'll work. And the little alarm clock to note that we're going to be done around 2. And then for the weekend, I have no plans. I'm probably going to be like on the couch being a potato because my brain is going to be tired. These retreats are extremely draining for me. So I'm just going to stick in the weekend planner, and that's all I'm going to do right now. If I could get it to pick up without just tearing, that would be delightful. Apparently I stopped cutting it at some point and it just went off the rails. All right, I'm gonna leave just like a tiny gap there. Okay, we're gonna call that good. That's where I'm gonna leave it. All my stuff is everywhere. But here's where we're at the pre-planning. I'm not going to show you what's left in the kit right now. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's fine. Stick around for just a second and you can see the finished spread. All right, here's the finished spread. I'll give a little wiggle and a twerk. This was definitely a crazy week, but it turned out super cute in my planner. In terms of things I used, as you know, I used up quite a bit of this kit for the second use. I do still have a few functional things, icons, a few boxes, different boxes, a few more functional things. So I've got a little bit going on in terms of these leftovers. They will go in my stash, probably getting separated from each other at some point in the future so I can use them as needed. And then for the wiggle, I didn't use that much. So I still have 3 sets of headers. I only used 1 icon here, used 1 bow here, and I do still have a set of date covers. So those are all gonna go together as well. Sorry, you can hear my cats fighting with each other in the background. I don't know what they're doing. They're cats. So that's going in my leftovers as well. In terms of things I did finish, obviously the sheet of bottom washi, full boxes, the full box covers, and then this other page from the kit. So a lot I can get rid of as well. So in terms of the setup, I think it turned out really cute. Obviously all this foiling from Scribble Prints Co., the kit pieces from B&R Paper Crafts, and then the few extras I pulled in, this little guy from Piper Paper Company, these laptops from Piper Paper Company, This little guy from Sweet Ava's Paper. This one is from Chasing Chels. The little bow from the Wiggle. I think that's really it. I think it turned out really cute. This week definitely had ups and downs. I had a power outage here. I felt pretty terrible for a lot of this. Work retreat was very busy, productive, but busy and exhausting for sure. Overall, a nice weekend. Ate some good food. We did a plant exchange at the retreat, so I repotted the pothos I got. You know, just really tried to relax a little bit over the weekend. So I think that's all I have for today. So as always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know how your week went down below, or if you're not feeling chatty, leave me an ice cream emoji. We're starting to get towards the end of summer, so that feels appropriate. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Liz. You can see in progress and finished spreads, bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.